Hey YouTube, it's All Prime 13 coming at you with another Transformers video review, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Prime Changers Megatron, which is actually a unique mold compared to the rest of his line, which are just reissues of the Cyberverse? Yeah, Cyberverse figures. Um, they've got so many similar names now, it's hard to keep track of them. But yeah, this is an interesting little budget Megatron figure, and he's actually quite fun. So we will start with a quick look at the box. Here we have a artwork of his tank mode, and I do believe there's like this is the evergreen design more or less. I could be wrong about that. But there we got Megatron looking all angry. We do get a wrap around to that art there. So he is a Decepticon, yeah, Prime Changer. Here we get some images of the toy. 16 steps, Megatron. On the top we just get Transformers. On the bottom we get some legal jargon. And on the back we do get our product shots. But that's it for the box. And we do get our lovely instruction booklet. So there is that. And yeah, here we have Megatron in all his furious glory. Do get some nice hits of red on the torso, as is traditional for Megatron. Do get a few painted buttons, a few belly buttons. He does have some red paint here on these little missile launchers. They've painted his whole face white, which strikes me as a little odd, but I guess it's to make it stand out from all the gray. But to me, it looks a little weird to me. It does have some red for the eyes, and they did get his little black eyebrows there under the helmet. So there's that. Do have his traditional fusion cannon there. And he's pretty clean in the back for the most part. It's really just this part here, which doesn't stick out too far. It's not too bad as far as back kibble. So there's that. Do a couple quick comparisons. So here are his line mates, which are just repaints. Well, Bumblebee is pretty much just a brighter shade of yellow, and I think Optimus is basically the same. But yeah, those are the other Prime Changers that are out right now. So yeah, there's that. And here he is next to the actual Cyberverse Megatron. So you can see how they compare. And just because here he is next to Studio Series Megatron. But yeah, that's how he stacks up. Oh, the camera again. How he stacks up with the other figures. And let's go over his articulation. His head is, I think, just on, yeah, it's just on a swivel. So no ball joint there, unfortunately. His arms do 360 rotation. He can get his arm that far out. We do have a bicep swivel and a 90-degree elbow. His hands are actually on mushroom pegs and can rotate, but it's a little hard to get your hand in there because of this whole immovable chunk that surrounds them. But yeah, you can rotate his wrists. Let's see, we do get a 360 at the waist. We do get that far forward of a kick and that far back. We do get under 90 degrees of knee. We do get a hip swivel, and we do actually have a ankle tilt. So, and do actually get some back and forth at the foot as well. So there is that. No, you can unpeg his fusion cannon, but that's more for the transformation. But if you want to pose it a little differently, you can. So there is that. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the articulation. But speaking of his fusion cannon, he does get a couple other accessories. He gets a his energon mace and a blast effect. So you can have him trying to blow away some Autobots, and you can put this in his hand and have him trying to whack any Autobots he gets close to as well. And you can see it's just a rubbery substance, and it's all hollowed out. But yeah, he does come with some blast effects. This one's only hollowed out on one side. And these do seem to be safer. I think they fixed the formula on all their rubberized bits, because I actually left this sitting in here for like the last couple of weeks before I actually got around to this review, and it doesn't seem to have caused any damage to the barrel. It didn't melt it or anything. Maybe that's just not long enough, I don't know, but it doesn't seem to have caused any issues. So anywho, I'm just gonna take those away now. And he does work with, regular blast effects. It's the same port size, so just in case you were wondering. But I think that's about it for our robot mode. So let's go ahead and get him transformed up into tank mode. So the first thing we want to do is we are going to come back here and just kind of fold this out and bring it up. And then we are going to rotate his arms inward, and we want to bring this up a little more and bring his arms back like so. And as for the fusion cannon, it does unpeg from the arm and swing around on this hinge. And as you can see, there's a tab, there's a slot, and you basically are just going to actually bring this back out to the side so you can see it a little better. I'm going to bring this. Is that not actually how that works? Oh, right. I forgot. You gotta rotate this around for the tab to line up. There we go. There we go. And now we just bring this back up. And again, there are two tabs and two slots on this side to make sure that that all comes together to form his turret. And make sure that that all gets in there. And there we go. Then we are actually going to take this bit here and push it all the way up, and that's going to extend this smaller tank barrel out of his fusion cannon. Looks a little dinky for Megatron, and it does prevent you from using the blast effect, which is meh. But that's the way they designed it, so. Anywho, now we can work on his legs, and the first thing we're going to do is we are going to untab this section and bring it down, untab this and bring it down. And similar to the Studio Series, we are going to split his legs down the middle here. And bring this all out. And we do actually want to bring the foot up, I believe. Yeah, we bring the foot all the way up and around so it's on the inside, and then we fold this part down, and then I believe we bring this around. Yeah, and the tab that was in here is now going to go in here, and pretty close together. There we go. So it should be sitting like that. It should be a straight line across the bottom. And then you just rotate these little missile pods. And these are actually just on 5mm ports. So you can take them off if you want. But we just rotate those to face around. And then we want to rotate at the thigh. And we're going to wrap this whole thing around like so. And I don't think there's any way that this is supposed to tab in, but I do want to double check. Yeah, no, that doesn't seem to plug into anything specific. But when you get this around, there is a tab right here. It's going to go right in here. So I feel like this is colliding for some reason. Because it is. Didn't do this wrong, did I? Oh, shouldn't be any issues there. Oh, there it goes. And then we're just going to rinse and repeat for the other side. So we just need to open this up. There we go. Bring this up and around, bring it over, rotate all this, fold this around and get it tabbed in. Fold this down, bring this all over and around, and make sure that that tabs in there. And then we rotate the little missile pod, and there we have him in his tank mode. It's not a bad little tank mode. Obviously there are a couple gaps. This is a budget toy, but I think overall it's pretty good for what it is, and you know, for the $20 price point, it's definitely not bad. It's there are definitely worse figures for more money. So yeah, I mean, of course, he does have type 1 VHS, visual hedge syndrome, so there's that. But overall, I do like it, and they did actually put rolling wheels on him, so he can actually roll proper, which is, you know, nice. That we don't always get that these days. But we'll do a couple little comparisons here. So here he is with generic Seeker. So you can see how he stacks with a Voyager. And here he is with 86 Bumblebee. So you can see how he stacks with a more expensive figure. So there's that. And because I have him here, there's next to MP10. So you can see how he stacks with a masterpiece mold. Yeah, there's that. And if I'm not mistaken, I do believe these accessories are supposed to store on the side. I believe that you just put this tab here in like this. Yeah, like that. And then as far as the blast effect, it actually plugs onto the back of the fusion cannon right now. There's a little nub there. So he's a very fast tank, apparently. He's got that rocket engine action going on. So you can go whoosh as I continually bump the camera. Anyway, so yeah, that's our look at the Prime Changers Megatron. And yeah, I honestly do think this is a fun little mold. I do think it was actually very well done, considering that it is a much lower budget and is for the more kiddie line. You know, and you know, when you compare it to the Cyber World stuff that we're getting right now, it blows it out of the water because those figures are like $15 and they don't even have knees and elbows. So yeah, they're just completely different class. I don't think the Cyber World figures are really that good. Um, so, but yeah, if you see this guy, I think he's absolutely worth picking up. He is definitely a nice mold, and again, he's a new one compared to the other two, which are just reissues of the Cyberverse figures. So, but yeah, I think that's about all I really have to say for this particular review. So if you like this review, feel free to like and comment and all that. And I think we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. And this is Soul Prime 13 saying transform and soul out.